I want to welcome everybody to the On the Mat podcast. I'm your host, Coach Paul. That handsome young fellow over there is my co-host, Jay.
What up?
Hey, so the On the Mat podcast, this is where we highlight high school athletes and also give these young athletes a platform to tell their stories as they pursue their dreams in life. No matter what the dream is, remember, this is only the beginning. Today's guest is an LA City Open Division champion. He was named the Open Division Defensive Line MVP. He finished his career with 83 solos, 140 total, 11 sacks, and 1 INT from Birmingham High School right here from Balboa, California. Hey, we got another champ on the show. Welcome to the show, Andy Bailon, man. Welcome to the show, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all for having me, man. I really appreciate it.
Hey, man, your hard work off and on the field is why you're on the show, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Coach Paul's right. Thank you for your time today, Andy. Having already won championships in your underclassmen years, freshman, sophomore, and junior, what mindset did you take going into your last offseason?
Uh, I think it was just because at Birmingham, I feel like it's a legacy, The norm was winning a championship every year, so that's all we wanted to do. We just wanted to bring it back and keep the streak going.
Okay. Were there any messages, like you said, you wanted to keep the streak going? Were there certain messages going on amongst, like, we were able to talk to Eddie, but this is your perspective, right? Like, was there a certain message you had to the team, like, hey, this is what they've done in the past, this is what we want to do, so this is what we have to do?
Yeah, the biggest thing for me was just letting the guys know that, it's not really something that uh we're just gonna come in and get. Like, it's not just handed to us. We have to go earn it. It's
Yeah,
a legacy of the teams before us. So every year it's a new start. We're
yeah,
we're nothing. We have to go earn it. We have to go get it. So that was really just the thing that I was letting them know. It's
okay.
not, it's for our taking.
Hey, that's awesome because, man, and I'm glad you said it's a legacy because as a junior, dude, your D line was stacked. How was it playing alongside it's Maynard Morales, Bo and Nick Tonga, and what did they teach you?
Man, they just showed me how to be a great teammate and a great competitor.
Yeah.
Those guys hated losing. If it was in practice, they hated losing a single rep, and they instantly wanted to run it back and get it back. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that was definitely my favorite thing. All three of them had been playing that game, for almost their whole life, and it was my first year as D lineman last year, so I
Okay.
took in everything that I was able to get, and I just really appreciated that I got to learn from three of the best in the section.
Hey, so time out. Last year was your first year playing defensive line,
Yes, sir.
and you were still first team all city?
Yes, sir.
Ridiculous.
That's awesome. Dude, that speaks to your work ethic, dude. Hey, congratulations on last year because I reached out last year. Like, you were one of the first people I reached out to, and then, like, conflict of schedules, dude. But
Yeah.
I'm glad God works in mysterious ways, dude, because rather than have you on last year when you were only a first team LA City player, you are now the defensive line MVP of
Yes,
Open
sir.
Division, brother. So, congratulations on that. That's dope.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
How was that transition from, I'm assuming you were a linebacker, right?
Yes, sir.
How was that to just plain edge or just
Uh,
on the D line?
it was a big jump. I had spent, a lot of time learning the linebacker position, and to suddenly get switched, it was kind of hard. At first I didn't even want to play it,
Okay.
but I just had to do what was best for the team, and I just took it on, and I'm grateful for it now because I love it.
I like your honesty because like a lot of young athletes when they get moved, it's like they feel it's personal, right? And you were able to, like, you were honest with it. What type of mental challenges did you like have because you didn't want to do it? Like, was it long lasting or was it one of those quick turnarounds? Like, look, dude, this is best for the team. I know I don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it anyway.
It was definitely a quick turnaround. Like you
Okay.
said, I just instantly thought about the team. That's what's best for the team. Uh, and it was just a good challenge. Uh, and it was just exciting, you know?
And it worked out. It worked out
Yeah,
perfectly.
yeah,
Yeah, definitely. Andy, you this season you guys played St. Bonaventure, Hart, Calabasas, and Oak Park. How excited did you get when you saw those teams on your non-league schedule?
man, I was really excited. I think especially for St. Bonaventure because you know they have a lot of great guys over there. You know, a lot of
Hmm.
guys with size and I was really eyeing I think it was their left tackle. He was like 6'7". So you know, it's always just fun to compete against guys who are really like that.
Yeah.
So it was always fun for me to go into those games and really prepare my best to go against some of the best guys.
What going into games like that, like I know your guys' preseason was pretty stacked. Well, it was stacked completely. But going from your junior year, because you guys were, I looked at your preseason last year too. It was ridiculously stacked. But what's your mindset going into that? Like, is it game? Like, obviously, you're like, all right, we got all D1 type games. Like, is it one of those things where it's like, what's your mindset going into it? Like, what is your motivation to keep you and getting the team focused to be like, hey, there's a possibility we may lose this, but hey, there's also a possibility we could win these.
Yeah, I mean, it's what you said that the possibility that we can win, you know, well, what I always like to tell, the young guys was they bleed just how we bleed,
Ooh, I like that. Yeah,
rankings and stars, that don't mean nothing. Once we're
X.
on the football field, it's just 11 against 11. So that was always the thing for us, don't make too much of the game. Just keep it what it is. Trust the game plan, trust your guys, and we'll be fine. That's
yeah,
always the mentality.
that's perfect.
How did it go against the 6'7" guy? Because there's not that many 6'7" guys in the city. How do you think you
Right?
fared against him?
Uh, you know, They at first they had me switching back from DN to interior, so I only really got a couple of goes against him, and unfortunately they were
Hmm.
only runs, but I held my own for a fact, and yeah, I mean it was fun. I wish I could have got a whole game against him, and you know put him on my highlight tape, but it wasn't like that, But yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't always work out in our favor, but it's all right.
yeah.
Yeah. Andy, you're a hidden gem of the LA City section. In your opinion, why do you think it's a lot harder for athletes in this section to get noticed compared to a Southern section team?
I think it's just because we're overlooked, I don't know where they got it from, but they think that the Valley kids are soft or something. I don't know what it is, but we have a lot of talent out here and a lot of guys on our team and in the section are just overlooked. But I know we got what it takes to compete with the other leagues.
When you say overlooked, like and we obviously know Southern section is like that's where everybody goes because of the modern days and the Boscos. Would you say like the economically plays a part into it too, just like the funding that goes into the city schools? Like I was on and this isn't to get you involved into the politics side of it though. Like today I was on Twitter and they were talking about how they were getting mad because games were getting canceled because of the fires, but then funding got brought into it. Like as an athlete, do you see that side of it? Like funding matters in this side of football?
Uh, I mean, I'm not really sure about all that.
Okay.
I feel like it's just they just think that we can't compete with them on the
Okay.
field, which I don't agree with. But yeah,
Perfect. I love that answer. I thought maybe I'd ask that outside question, and it's cool. Because you guys are kids, to be honest with you, and if you're thinking about
Yeah.
that, sometimes kids are thinking about that, but sometimes, like you said, dude, it's just a comp. Like you guys think we can't play, but we can.
yeah.
Hey, man. So getting you had a successful season your school is just successful, but when you have a successful season like you did last year, how do you tailor your expectations for the year you had this year?
I mean, obviously we wanted to go all the way with it too, we were runner ups for state and I mean that just gave us a little bit of extra motivation, especially for me, I just wanted to get back to competing for a championship. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. But that's what I wanted, to compete for another championship.
Yeah. Damn. Hopefully we could do that. I know what it feels like.
Yeah.
Andy, did you feel like you as a player or maybe as a team, the guys kind of got, I guess you could say complacent in certain games because you guys haven't, truthfully, you guys haven't had any competition in the West Valley League in a while, except for that 1 year John Stanley and his cousins were there.
No, I think we definitely had a different mentality. I mean, you know, we made the most of those games. We didn't overlook our opponents. We definitely made sure to go into those games and, you know, play what we were taught. And, we knew that those games were going to be for a bigger cause. Once we get to the playoffs, we knew we were going to be seeing a lot of those Marine League teams.
Hmm.
So yeah, it was just we didn't get complacent. We knew that those games were going to be for a bigger cause down the road.
Hey, like, what is the like? What do you guys tell each other? Like after, like, say, so you guys have a rough ass preseason, like a rough preseason, but you
Yeah.
guys know you're better than that, and then you get into league, and then you guys start. It's just like a hot knife through butter. How do you guys keep focus? Like, because first it goes, and please don't get mad at me for saying this, but it is what it is. It goes from being really, really hard to it looks kind of easy.
Yeah. I mean, it's just we didn't give up on each other all season.
Okay, good.
Obviously, we want to win those non-league games, but Coach Rose knows what he's doing. He schedules those games for a reason. We face adversity early
Exactly.
on in the season, and if we ever got behind, we know what it's like, and it's always going to be a dogfight no matter what. It can always go either way. So that's all it really was.
Yeah. Now, did you guys ever find yourself in conflict? Because even though you guys know, like, all right, look, the odds are stacked against us. Like, did you guys ever like fall victim to that? Like, hey, what the f is going on right now? And when you guys faced adversity, or did you guys stay together as a unit and be able to face it no matter what the outcome was?
I mean, truthfully, sometimes, you have those moments,
Yeah. Okay.
even if you don't say them out loud, in your head, sometimes you think that, but, you remember where you are and you remember to stay in the moment, and you just, you just tell your guys that we just got to keep sticking together. We just got to have each other's back, and that we can make it out. That was always the talks at halftime, we can come back from it. It
That's
was
what's up.
always, we never quit on each other.
That's what I was looking for. Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Andy, you brought up Coach Rose earlier. What's it like playing for such a great coach?
Man, it's exciting, and it's great. Every day you go in there, and he just demands the best from you, and it's exciting to go out and play for a coach that has achieved so much and knows what he's talking about. So I love playing under that guy, and I'm gonna miss playing for him for sure.
Do you have one specific moment with coach that stands out to you the most that you'll never forget ever?
I mean, in terms of in moments, it's just I feel like every moment was the same. He was always composed. He
Okay.
never let the moment get too big, and he always let us know that too. That we can go out there and win against any team. So I think just his mindset alone and his belief in the team, I think that was everything to me.
Okay, that's dope.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Coach Rose is a legend. Everyone that talks about him says the same things. He's just, I'm glad he's still at Birmingham. But my
Yeah.
next question for you is, it's a little bit random, but your first few years you wore number 41, and then this year you wore number 6. Is there any significance with any of those numbers, or was it just random?
Well, for 41, it was just random, but I kept
I'll
in my
take it.
junior year. Yeah, because I don't really like to switch. Like, if I get something, like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But then,
Yeah.
for number 6, it was my final year. Single digits look clean. And
Ooh,
I used,
yeah.
yeah, and I used to wear that number when I used to play soccer. So, that
Okay.
was, it had a bit of significance for me.
Okay, so I'm gonna get into the soccer thing later because I was looking up some stuff and I found we'll get into it. But um, as as what does six mean to you?
I mean, it just reminds me of when I was a kid, playing the sport that I love, and that's really all it is. I've worn it almost my whole life, on the back of my jersey, and it just reminds me of how much fun I had playing as a kid and how much fun I had playing football.
Perfect. That's dope, man. Hey, so the one thing that I know is I hate asking this question, but I have to ask it, right? Like you guys made it to the semis this year and you lost a tough one to Narbonne. Um, but like what would you say the turning point in that game was? Because honestly, it was preseason and then the light switch hit and you guys smoked everybody. And then we get to Narbonne and it's 27-7. What happened?
Uh, I mean, I definitely don't think that the final score of that game, fully tells the story.
Hmm.
Uh,
I agree.
I believe the game was 14-7 with 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. You know, so we fought like the whole game, and it was just unfortunate that we weren't really able to move the ball. But yeah, I don't think the scoreboard tells the full story of that game.
I kind of figured. Yeah, because when I was looking at it, I was just like, I even asked Jay, because Jay, that's a game you went to, right?
Yeah, I went to that game for sure.
Yeah, I was just like, when we talked about it, I was just like 27-7. Like, what team showed up?
Yeah,
But the score wasn't
yeah.
indicative.
I
I've
have
been in games like
I
that. Go
have
ahead.
two kind of points. I have 2 points on that.
Yeah,
Number one, Eddie, or not Eddie, sorry, Andy. Andy was right. 27-7. It looks flattering for Narbonne. It was
right.
14-7, and with the talent Narbonne had, especially the receivers and the QB, they really shut Jaden O'Neal down all game. It was really in the trenches where the game was kind of won for Narbonne.
Okay.
And then for the question I have for Andy is, was there kind of a kind of feeling in the back of your head or maybe your teammates' head that we'll most likely play this team in the semifinals or the finals, and whoever wins this game is going to be the champion?
Yeah, I mean, Lee, all season, since summer, a lot of us, that's the game we wanted. That was the talk that Narbonne had the power to knock off the champs, and we all wanted that game, man. And, unfortunate that we lost, but, none of us were backing down. We all wanted that game.
That's dope. That speaks to true championship character. I'm gonna ask you a personal question about what was going through your man, what was going through your mind, like as the time starting to tick and it goes from 14-7 to 21-7. Like you being a leader on that team, like how are you feeling? Like what was yeah. How were you feeling? What was going through your mind? And what was the message you were trying to spread? Because you seem like somebody that may not always be a vocal leader, but in that moment, I have a feeling you were saying some stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you know, for a second, everything starts to flash in your head,
Hmm.
the whole time I was at Birmingham, all the memories I created with past teammates, that started flashing through my mind, but I collected myself and I reminded I'm still in the moment and I still have a chance to walk out of here with this team and the win.
Hmm.
And I just let the guys know that we're not out of it. Like I said, I believe the score was 14-7 with 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. We had everything to fight for. So I was just letting them know, like, we're still in this.
Hmm.
We've got everything to lose, but we still got everything to give. And that was just the main thing. We're not out of it.
Yeah, that's a great answer. I love that answer. So can you kind of, we had Eddie on a few days ago. Can you kind of describe your relationship with him? Because you guys were kind of like the two senior leaders on defense.
I mean, I love that guy. Uh, we both started, or when I was a linebacker, he really showed me the ropes around that. And I mean, I just love competing with that guy. You know, every day in the weight room, it was me and him, you know, competing for the strongest in the weight room. And everything we did, we basically did it together. You know, we were always getting in extra work on the field and in the weight room. So, you know, I love that guy and I loved competing with him, you know.
Hey, dude. Hey, did you see the video? Jay, did you see the video of Andy doing the snatch clean of 205?
I didn't.
Hey,
I
bro.
didn't. I'm
Salute
sorry.
to you.
It
I
was
got
crazy.
man. The video he made it look effortless. I was like, damn. Now I see why
Yeah,
he was the
Birmingham
D.
has some dogs,
Bro,
you
I see
know?
why he was the D line MVP. Like you guys put in
Yeah.
some work, bro, and I salute you on that.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Whole team is a part of the Thousand Club, even the
For
JV
real,
guys.
bro. The JV guys are the next in line to take over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andy, so what does it mean for you being such a vital part in such a prestigious program like Birmingham?
I mean, it was a true honor, you know, to go into that season and knowing that I had to step up a lot and knowing that, you know, I could sway games into our favor. I mean, that was a big thing for me, you know. The confidence boost you get going into your senior year. I mean, man, I got that. And, you know, it was everything to me, to know that I had to be, you know, a big reason of, you know, how do I say it?
You're
Like
part
it's
of the
just it was just
success, dude. You're part of the
yeah,
foundation.
yeah. It was just an honor to know that I had to step up and that I was gonna be a vital part of the team.
Hey, the one thing that you can leave high school knowing, Andy, is that your name will be etched in Birmingham history forever.
Yeah, I was
And
thinking
yeah,
Yeah.
about that the other day, you know, that's pretty cool.
that's forever. That means your kids, your grandkids, your great grandkids, forever you will be etched in Birmingham high school history, bro.
Yeah.
And that is something
And
to
you'll
cherish.
yeah. And you'll always be a part of the team that broke the longest uh winning streak for city section opponents. So
Yep.
that's
Yeah.
something you can never take
And you
away.
weren't just on the team, like you were that guy.
Starter, star guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Yeah.
so we talked about you wearing six and you dabbled into soccer, right? So let's talk about how you were kicking, bro. I was looking up stats. Okay, like so you were last year you were like actually the kicker, right?
Yeah, basically going into playoffs.
Did you volunteer to do that or did the coach be like, "Hey, yo, Andy, I know you played soccer growing up, dog. Come over here and do this."
I mean, it was kind of both, you know. I had
Okay.
always been bugging him like playfully about kicking.
Yeah.
And then, you know, unfortunately, our kicker, you know, got hurt, and then
Yeah.
I was next up.
Hey, bro. Hey, he was ranked at the end of the season, Jay, as a kicker.
Yeah, I saw him.
I was like, wow. And then I even looked this year, right? Because I was just like, all right, what's up with this kicking stats this year? And you did kick this year too. Like you had a main kicker, but they were like, hey, yo, Andy, you want to kick? Come on.
Yeah, I had a couple kicks.
Is it fun for you? Is it fun kicking?
Yeah, I mean, you know, when I really feel good and you know I could boot it out to the end zone, you know,
Yeah.
it really feels good. Yeah.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. Now, do you still play soccer for your school?
No, I don't.
You don't play soccer at all. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say this, Birmingham has like a top like 10 soccer program in California. Top 10, 15.
This kid
So
is
Yeah.
it'll
a
be
top. He's the top six athlete in the open division for football. And I think this kid could do whatever he wanted to do.
yeah, you gotta tell
Yeah.
the coach put me on. I don't know if their season's still going on, but
So,
gotta hit the coach up.
shoot, league just started for soccer. They're all right.
There we
Yeah.
go. All right.
No, there's
I
like
wouldn't
2
mind
weeks,
playing, man.
right? There's like 2 weeks left in soccer season. But
Okay.
yeah, dude, you being athletic enough to kick was dope for me to see. Like when I'm diving into stats and then I'm sharing with Jay, I'm just like, yo, this dude was really a kicker, bro. Like last year he kicked. That's cool, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, so in early December, you announced that you had received your first offer. Congratulations on receiving that. Now, how is the recruiting process going thus far? Do we have any more offers? What does it look like for you, Andy?
First of all, thank you.
You're welcome.
And you know, besides that, you know, it's been kind of slow.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm still trying to send out my film to coaches, and uh, time's gonna tell. So I'm just trying to stay patient, keep working on my craft, and just waiting to see what's gonna happen.
Hey man, film doesn't lie, and you got tremendous film. I'm gonna extend this olive branch like I extend to everybody, man. If you need help pushing out film, you have questions about getting recruited or certain schools, man. My DM is always open. I'll help you. I'll shoot out your film. I'll post your huddle link, man. Um, there's nothing too great or too anything that I can do to help you get to the next level. I got you, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Hey, no problem.
Yeah, I mean, worst case scenario, Andy does JUCO, and JUCO got brought up in the last episode with Eddie, and I did just a little more like kind of rabbit hole. There's a bunch of guys from the city who went JUCO, and now they're at a D1. Elijah Brown, Mason White, um, Timothy Jackson was at Birmingham as well. A bunch of dudes, so you got nothing to be worried about, man.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
So, kind of just the last question to wrap it up. And we kind of just like to ask this with mainly the senior guys we have on because it's just a great question for every senior. So, you as an upperclassman, what is one message you would leave to all the underclassmen?
Man, it's definitely to have fun. Even if you're a young guy, you can also be a leader. And so don't be scared to be a vocal leader or lead by example. You're never too young to be anything. You can be a leader, you can be that guy, you can be whatever you want. So don't let your grades stop you from doing anything. You can step up too.
Nice. That is a
Nice. That
great
was fire.
answer.
I like that.
I like it. So, this concludes our show. Andy, we appreciate you for taking this time, man, to bless us with your presence. We thank you. Hey, for all our viewers and our listeners, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to like. Yo, this has been the On the Map podcast. I'm Coach Paul. That's my co host, Jay. And that is the Open Division Defensive Line MVP, Andy Bailon, man. Thank you for being on the show.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you
until
for
next
having me on.
time. Peace.
Peace.